Well, hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I have another special guest today. Her name is Sofia Acosta, and she is going to compete in Miss Grand Cuba 2023 pageant. Good afternoon, good evening. I can't wait to meet her. I've been following her on her social media, and I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting and exciting interview. So we're just waiting for her to enter the chat room. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe now and click the bell icon below to get instant notification for my next video. So please help this channel grow, and I would appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I think I see her in the room right now. All right. Hi. I can't do audio.
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Awesome. Let me see. Wait, my video. Oh, it's here. I think we're good.
Yes, we are good. And you are looking fabulous.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Well, you know what? I've been following you. I've been following you on your social media, and I know you are a pageant veteran. And of course, you know a lot about pageantry because of your, vast pageant experience. And I'm so glad that you are competing in this Grand Cuba 2023 pageant. Are you excited?
Thank you. I am so excited. I am so blessed with this opportunity to have the chance to represent my Cuban community. I mean, it means the world to me. So I'm so happy. And then thank you so much for having me here and giving me the chance to come on your platform and share my story. I'm very happy.
Oh, you're welcome. By the way, I love that dress. Where did you get that dress?
Thank you. So actually, this past Tuesday, I had a photo shoot for a friend that was launching this bandage dresses for his pageant. It's going to be his opening number dresses. And I wore this one for the photo shoot and I fell in love with the color. And he told me, you know what, take it because it looks great. So you can have it. So I used it today because I think it looks really nice. Thank you.
It is gorgeous. And I think that color fits your skin tone very well. It's like,
Thank you.
it's deep purple, I think, is it?
Yes, yes, it's deep, deep purple. I'm not sure
Very
if
deep
you
purple.
can. Yeah,
That's wonderful. Um,
thanks.
okay, somebody is saying that your voice is getting echo. Is it my voice or Sophia's voice? Please specify. But I can hear you fine. I don't have any
Okay.
problem. Yeah. Where are you now? Are you at home?
Yes, yes, I'm in my house.
You're at home. And are you
I
standing up? It looks like you're standing up.
I am because I was sitting down, but I had some technical difficulties with my leg. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, you know what? Let me stand up.
Either that or your dress is too tight that you can't sit down.
No, it's actually comfy because it's kind of like stretchy.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's very, very comfy. Yes, it's
Okay.
comfy.
Well, as a pageant veteran, I'm sure you're used to standing up a lot, long time, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
You got to have like really strong like leg muscles or calf muscles and stuff.
It's part of the work. It's part of the job to be standing for hours. I mean, at this point, I'm just used to.
Yeah.
So,
That's wonderful. So I know you from having been Miss Supranational United States 2022.
mhm.
And so actually Supranational is going on right now in Poland. I'm sure
Yes,
you're probably following some of the girls who you're probably rooting for Miss Supranational United States. Is it Kylie?
Kylie Spinks.
Kylie
Mhm.
Spinks, yes. And of course, Mr. Supranational United States. Um, actually, you know my friend Brian Javier. He went to Los Angeles for the Supranational competition.
Yes, yes, I met him in LA. He's an amazing person. I absolutely loved his personality and his energy. He was awesome, amazing. I mentioned to him, I didn't confirm, but I mentioned to him I might be joining Miss Grand Cuba, and he was happy for me, and he said that I should definitely go for it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing him again in the future because he's an amazing person.
Who knows? Maybe you'll see each other again in Vietnam. Well,
Hopefully, you never know.
or maybe in Japan, because
Or maybe.
yeah, because they're handing out two crowns this year for Miss Grand Cuba. A lot of people don't know, but this is the first time that the Miss
Mhm.
Cuba organization is actually holding a national pageant in the United States to crown two Cuban girls, one to be sent to Miss Grand International, which will take place in Vietnam on October 25th, and the second crown is Miss International 2024, I believe. So there are two crowns. So um, what, well, before we continue with our interview, people are saying hello. Our good friend, Runway Poppy, is here. He's in the chat room. Hello, Runway Poppy. And Maria, our good friend, Maria Vilches, your friend and a fellow competitor, is here. Hola, Maria. Hello. Now I know because of you, blue roses exist. Because when I interviewed her 2 weeks ago, she tried to convince me that blue roses exist. But I haven't even seen blue roses in my life. I've only seen like red roses. Okay, but now I'm convinced that blue roses exist because of Maria. Well, thank you, Maria. Now, of course, I know you, your friends and your family know you, but a lot of people out there do not know who the real Sofia is. Please share us a little bit about your background, where you came from, and how did your interest in pageantry start?
Okay, so I will share a little bit of a bio, so everyone gets to know me a little bit more. Um, I was born in and I lived with my family until I was around 8 years old, where we all decided to start a journey of immigration to Europe. I grew up between Portugal and Spain until I moved to the United States to continue with my architecture and construction management studies. So I usually call myself the citizen of the world, if you if you might ask me.
Right, right.
Um, so I going back to my educational background, that has been my passion, and that's why I decided to start my community project and focused on STEM education. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And the past 5 years, I've dedicated my time to different organizations located here in Miami that they provide the tools to our younger generation and all the kids that are interested in pursuing STEM related careers. So on my professional side, I have my background in construction, like I mentioned before. So I work as an assistant project manager for the educational system here in the county of Miami, Florida. And regarding my pageant journey, well, I started my pageant journey a few years ago here in Miami, and during which I had the amazing opportunity to represent the United States of America, a country that opened and welcomed me with open doors, not only me, but many Cuban immigrants. And it was such a milestone for me because I realized that I was given the opportunity to represent diversity and to represent inclusion. So I was very blessed with that opportunity. But now we're here and I am ready, working hard every day to be the best representative for my beautiful people of Cuba. And you might ask me why Cuba, why now? And my answer is in reality, Cuba is all I am. My Cuban roots are my true essence, and I am ready, more than ready, to represent that and put the name of Cuba really, really high up there.
Mhm.
you asked me why I started pageantry as well, or
Mhm.
how that journey started. So like I said, it started a few years ago here in Miami. I was I wanted to challenge myself. It was in between that self-love acceptance journey that we all go through. And I felt like I needed to get out of my comfort zone. So pageantry was that little challenge that I needed in my life. It helped me get out of my comfort zone. It helped me realize that, hey, you're enough. You have everything you need to take up to go after your goals. And well, that's my message with that's what I want to portray. That's what I want to communicate to everyone out there, not just as a beauty queen, but as an individual myself, that we're all capable of everything and anything. So, yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Going back to your immigration history, you mentioned that you and your family emigrated originally to Spain, and you lived there for how many years?
We initially immigrated to Portugal. So my
Portugal.
background is Cuban and Portuguese
Okay.
on my mom's side. And we initially moved to Portugal. I lived there for a year. But then we decided to move to Spain. I
Uh,
lived in Spain for about 9 years. And then I moved to here, the United States. It's about to be 10 years now. So I moved here when I was 17, 18.
okay. So where in Spain did you live? In Madrid, Barcelona?
No, so I lived down south, Andalusia.
Okay. All right.
It was a little city called Cadiz.
Okay.
And there's a saying that I'm gonna try to say in English, but it says Cadiz is like Havana. Um, I'll try. It's hard, but it's like a Spanish saying. Cádiz es La Habana con más. La Habana es Cádiz con más salsa. Cádiz es La Habana con más historia. So it's something like they're very similar. If you go and look for Cádiz on Google, the streets, the beaches, the environment, people are very similar to Cuban people. So I lived here for about 9 years,
Okay.
and yeah, it's an amazing city.
So there are many Cubans who live in Spain, in that part of
Yes,
the country. Okay.
well, actually, where I lived, it was just not that many of us, because Cadiz is like a small.
Small
It's not
town.
a small town, but it's considered a small city.
It is big.
To say it like that. Um, And but yeah, in general, you would have many Cubans, mostly in the islands of Spain,
Mhm.
Lanzarote, Tenerife, and then Madrid, of course. So definitely.
That's wonderful. So you mentioned you're part Portuguese. Do you speak Portuguese?
No,
You
I
don't.
understand it.
You
I don't
understand
like
it.
to say, yeah, I don't like to say that I'm fluent because I'm not, but I can read it and I can understand,
Mhm.
and have a small conversation, but I am not fluent at all. Fluent in Spanish and English.
So your mother is from Portugal originally.
My great grandma
Your
is
great grandma.
originally from Portugal. Yeah.
So she must have spoken a lot of Portuguese when you were growing up.
Yeah, my great grandma, well, she unfortunately she passed when I was about 3 years old.
Okay.
But yes, I do remember her. She was she was a very, like I said, some part of European cultures are very similar to us Latins.
Mhm.
And she was very warm, very smart lady. So I remember her with a lot of love, but it was a very short. I only had her for a very short period of my life. So
Mhm. So you and your family lived in Spain for a few years, and then you decided to move to the United States.
yes.
Why did you move to the United States?
So I moved here. My mom and my dad, they separated. So I moved here to live with my dad and continue with my studies here in the United States. That was the main reason of me moving here and taking that step.
Okay. And you went to school where?
Well, I went to school in Spain, and then here I did my
Everywhere.
last year, my last year of high school, and then the university. I've done it all here. So yeah.
Okay. You went to Florida International University, did you not?
I'm currently, yes, I'm currently going to Florida International University. This is my last year,
Wow.
hopefully. So I'm studying construction management right now. I did an associate's in architecture, and my bachelor's degree would be in construction management.
So if you're in construction management, that would mean that you actually supervise or order men how to properly construct a building, correct? So I cannot imagine you wearing a hard hat and telling all these guys, "Hey, dude, you need to finish this project. You have to pick up that brick of layers of bricks and stuff." I mean, is that what you do as construction management?
More or less.
More or less.
So I get that a lot, even at my workplace. People are constantly telling me when they see the videos and the pictures of my pageant life, they're like, "Wow, is that really you?" So I get a little bit of both worlds and combine
Okay.
it together all the time, you know. But yeah, basically my job right now, I'm an assistant to the project manager of different schools, and yeah, it's been hard. Being a woman in construction is hard because of the stereotypes and because of this very old mindset that some people have and carry. So we have to constantly, women have to be constantly earning the respect of other people in this field, which I'm very okay with it. I understood that long ago, and that's part of the job. But yeah, I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. I do wear hats in the morning and then crowns at night. So I wear many hats. But it's just a part of me. And I think it's that professional, very goal oriented, detail oriented part of me that I'm very proud of. So.
Well, working in a predominantly male-dominated industry, I would think that you probably have experienced some sort of sexual harassment or some misogynistic behavior from men. Have you?
No, so my experiences have been more about acceptance.
Okay.
Like you mentioned before, it's really tough for someone that has this fixed mindset
Mhm.
to see a girl. Sometimes I get asked, "But did you really finish high school?" So it's kind of like they have this little attitude towards you, and they kind of belittle you a little bit, and doubt your capability. So
Mhm.
that has been my experience, more or less. You know, to get on the field and be like, "Hey, we need to make sure this is done correctly." "Oh, but who are you? How old are you? Or did you really finish?" So sometimes I even got "Oh, a woman is going to tell us what to do, huh?" So it's that kind of acceptance and mindset.
Yeah.
But little by little, I feel like we've come a long way. I mean, I imagine sometimes myself in the construction field 20 years ago, and it would have been, it's just, I can't even imagine how different that would have been for me. So it has come a long way. And no, it's not everybody that treats you that way. It's not everybody that, welcomes you that way. But yes, you do have people that are not ready for the changes, and that's normal. It's I think it's part of society, but that's what we're here for, to show them that we're capable. So
Not only that, but also to try to erase as many stereotypes as possible, especially about women or specifically women of color, because there's still so much stigma attached to women of color doing traditional male slash patriarchal positions
yes.
of power. So that's good. I'm glad that you're in this industry. Now, going back to your pageant experience, when you look back into your first pageant experience, what were the challenges that you faced? Because as you know, it's not very easy to enter a pageant or even find the resources to compete in a pageant. What were some of the challenges that you had to face before you entered your first pageant?
Well, I do have to say that the very first pageant that I did was a local pageant, right? And it was very fun. But really, to be honest, on my first pageant, I ended up winning first runner up, and I was like, "Wow, how did I do this? How did this happen?" Because it was my first pageant ever. I barely had any experience, any training whatsoever. Then during my second year, which was, I think that could answer the question better instead of my first time on a stage. I worked really hard. I tried to find the perfect dress, the sponsors, people to work with me, a team, and then I still got again first runner up position, which it's kind of like, oh wow, I'm so close. So it's really it's bittersweet.
Mhm.
So to me, the hardest thing was really letting my feelings, um, validating my feelings. Sometimes I was just putting myself down and then, no, you have to do more and you have to do more and pushing for more and pushing for more. Because I was a little bit of a perfectionist back there. I think it's part of the architecture background. But it's kind of like, I learned that I would make mistakes throughout the way, and many, many mistakes are yet to come. And I just have to take a moment, understand, acknowledge my feelings, what I did, and just go on and do better next time. So I would say that the biggest challenge was accepting and not being so tough on myself.
Yeah, I was going to say that because since it was your first pageant, you placed second. And for a lot of girls would say, "Oh my God, I can't believe that, I didn't have any training whatsoever, and I made it second anyway." But with you took it very hard, which is
Yeah,
understandable. But then again, when you look back at it, you wonder, okay, well, maybe I wasn't ready yet, or maybe it wasn't God's will for me to win
exactly.
yet. So maybe you've heard of the word redirected. Rather than giving up, you enter as many pageants as possible, and then you don't end up winning. People say, rather than saying, "Oh, you lost," blah 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 blah. No, you're being
Yeah,
redirected to the right pageant. So just be patient. Take some time to relax and enjoy life. Try again, and then the next time you will win. So
yes.
you're just being redirected to the right path. So that's good to know. Yeah, we all face challenges anyway. So now, Sophia, I'm sure you're very popular. You have a lot of friends, and your family loves you. How would your friends and family describe you in 3 words?
I have to ask again, but last time I checked, I would say goal oriented, um, compassionate, and driven. So hopefully my friends are here watching and they can drop the comments down below if I'm right or wrong. But I think that would be the three qualities that will best describe me, if you might ask me and my
Okay,
friend.
right. I think those are 3 important qualities to succeed in any field in life. Because if you don't have any goals, then what's the point of living if you don't have any sense of direction, correct? And if you don't have any
Exactly.
passion, if you don't have any passion, what is the point of living? You might as well kill yourself. Because I think even the smallest things, you need to try to find passion, even in the smallest things. And a lot of people don't see that at all. It's just
Yeah.
do that. They just dismiss it automatically. So no, people, if you sometimes the best things in life are free.
Yes.
Sometimes, right? It doesn't cost a lot of money, and it's not very complicated. Go to the park. It's a sunny day. Sit on a bench, go to the park and enjoy the sun, watch the kids play, watch the dogs, play, etc. I mean, to me, that's simple happiness. So yeah, people enjoy the day. Now,
I agree.
speaking of fun, what do you like to do for fun?
Hmm. Okay, so I like to travel. I it's I'm thinking because there's so many things I do, but I love to travel. I love to learn about new cultures. I love to try new food, and just learn how people, because we all have our different ways, right? So to do things and understand things. So I love that part of traveling, and I also enjoy spending time with my family and friends. Even I don't know if it's like watching a movie or going to the beach, which I love the beach. But those are the things that I really, really enjoy. And listening to music, it would put me in a really good mood if I'm having a really bad day. So those are the things that I would love to do.
Okay, so those things are very simple, but yet it makes you a lot of happiness and joy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good. Uh, okay, here's an interesting question. Do you consider yourself a foodie?
A foodie?
Yeah, are you a foodie?
Mm, oh, I don't know. I think so.
But you must
But
like to eat, right? You must love food.
it's not about, well, with me, it's not about loving food or loving to eat, but I do love to try new things.
Okay.
So lately, for example, with my coworkers or work, we've been going every other Friday to different places around the office, trying new places. So we've tried Indian food, Colombian, Peruvian, Cuban. Cuban is it's part of my diet, my menu. But so we've been doing that. American food I enjoy. Spanish food is my favorite. Italian food, absolutely my favorite as well. So I just like to try new things. Not much of like eating, but trying new things, new flavors. Yes, definitely.
But if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Would have to be Italian food because I love cheese, and I
Italian
think
food?
that they include cheese in a lot of their plates. So it would have to be Italian food. Yes.
Okay. Now, sometimes we feel depressed, we feel, joy and lonely. When you're having a bad day, I know I have a bad
Mhm.
day all the time. What do you do to make yourself better?
Um, well, there's a few things that I usually do, and it depends how bad it is. But for example, I do love to take time alone in a quiet place. Um, I really talk to myself a lot. So really understand what's going on. Why do I feel that way? What can I do myself to make myself feel better? And if that doesn't work, I am very good at communicating with friends and family, which is something that I do want to put out there. Reach out for help if you really need help, or if you feel like you need help. It's okay to not be okay, and call a family member, mom, dad, a friend. Hey, I need your help. So that's another thing that I do. And I would say just never judge yourself and never judge how you feel, because any feeling, it's valid. So that's literally something that I do without, now that you asked me, I do it without even thinking. I always try to validate my feelings. So those are
Right.
my three things.
Do you have a journal? Do you write? Do you have like a little?
No, I don't, but I do want to start because I started this. There's a little journal called 5 Minute Journal. So it's like really quick, 5 minutes, few questions here and there. So I have it there on sitting in my nightstand. It's been like 3 days already, but I want to start writing on it. Because I've been reading, and journaling is really good for your mental health,
I
and
agree.
it really helps you. So it's a 5 minute journal. So, I have to fit so many things on my schedule: work, school, pageant. So I feel like 5 minutes would be great.
That's amazing. Uh, I'm sure you have a lot of mirrors in your house, in your apartment, or whatever. Like, how many times do you actually see yourself in the mirror?
Um, you know what? I should do it more often, actually, but not many. I should do it more often.
Well, again, sometimes when I feel bad, when I'm having a bad day, sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I do my little self affirmation. So Rafa,
Ooh.
you are beautiful, you are gorgeous, you are smart, you're amazing, and I love you. That was my self-affirmation for
I
the day.
love that.
I
You know,
I tell everybody to do the same thing. These
yeah,
are afterwards.
I've also heard from other people that do self-affirmation, love affirmation, that's how you color it. And I haven't done that. I will give it a try, but that's great.
Yeah, everybody should give it a try. Okay. Don't even think what other people are thinking about you. Okay. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Now,
Yeah.
here's a fun question. If you could body swap with any person for one day, who would you choose and why?
You know what? I have like a couple people, but really, really for as of right now, there's this female entrepreneur architect. So one of my long-term goals is to be a successful entrepreneur in the construction field. So if you ask me, I would love to body swap with Taha Hadid. However, she is not alive anymore.
Oh, okay.
If I would have chance,
Yeah.
if I had the chance, it would be her. She was the such a great architect and well-known female around the world.
Mhm.
And I would just get on her head for a little bit to really see what it is that she did and get some tips to become a valuable leader for my community because I admire her so much. So for me in my professional career, that would be something I think very valuable to do and smart to do.
You know what? I'm impressed by your choice because a lot of people would probably pick like a famous person, like a celebrity. But in your case, you pick somebody who's actually relevant, when she did exactly what she wanted to do in her life, profession wise. So that's good. I'm quite impressed. Good one. Now, as much as we live in America and we have all the independence and liberty, we can do whatever we want. There's
Right.
certain things that probably we would never do. In your case, name 3 things that you would never, ever do.
Well, I would never definitely hurt anyone intentionally. I would never lie to myself. I think that, my relationship with myself is one of the, not just myself, but everyone else. This goes for everyone. Your relationship with yourself is one of the most important relationships in your life. So never lie to yourself, be honest with yourself. And a third one that I would never do.
Stop eating Italian food.
Well, you know what? I would never do that.
There you go. Because you love Italian food.
Even if it's even if it's a little bit, because I know with the pageant diet, which I would just a little bit.
Right, exactly. Now, of course, as a pageant queen, as a woman, and as a model, you cannot go out there without putting something on your face, like makeup. Okay. Now, name 3 makeup products that you must always have in your purse.
Okay. So on my purse, I do have a lip gloss always. I have mascara because that goes a long way. And I have it's like a 3 colors thing. It's like a blush contour palette kind of thing. So sometimes I use it for like eyeshadow real quick or like for blush. So it's like a multi-purpose thing. So those are the 3 things that I have in my purse right now.
I mean, those are good products. I'm curious that you didn't include coverage because a lot of girls would always add coverage, but in your
So
case,
actually,
yeah.
yeah, actually during the day, I don't know if it's part of the work that I do because sometimes I'm exposed to the sun so
Mhm.
much. So during the day, I only wear my moisturizer and sunscreen, to be honest. So I don't wear much foundation. I think that's why people when they see me in the pageant live, but my pageant life, they're like so impressed and like you look so different because at work they don't really see this part of me. So I wouldn't wear foundation on a daily, if you ask me. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, speaking of social media, do you think social media is bringing people together or causing separation?
Well, for this one, I would say it's a little bit of both. I think that social media is a very powerful tool, and nowadays we just have to learn how to use it for to create a positive impact instead of a negative. But yes, a lot of people try to portray a persona that they're not, and the other people on the other side of the phone forget that Instagram or Facebook is just the highlights of their life.
Mhm.
It's not the reality, right? But then on the other side, like myself, which I've been all across the world during my whole entire life, Facebook and back then Facebook, now Instagram, has always helped me to stay connected with my friends,
Mhm.
no matter the distance or the time. So you could use it for good and bad, but I invite everybody to start creating positive impact on their social media because
Mhm.
you can do that as well.
I totally agree. Just like any other tool, it could be used in a bad way or in a good way. So it really it depends on your intention. So that's
Yeah.
good. Okay, so you know what? The Miss Cuba organization advised me not to ask the girls that I interview questions based on politics. But you know what? I'm going to
Yeah.
break the rules only
Go
because
ahead.
I like breaking rules. Sorry,
Go
Luis
ahead.
Garcia, but I'm going to ask Sophia a political question. Okay.
Okay.
If you became the president of
Mhm.
Cuba one day, what would be the first thing you would do in office?
Well, the if I become the president of Cuba for one day, let me just so the two main concerns in my country right now, well, there's many, but I would stay with healthcare services and education. I feel like it's important and it's a human right to have access to high quality healthcare services and high quality education. So, if I am the president of Cuba right now, that would be the two main points and the two main issues that I would love to address. And of course, I would love to listen to the people of Cuba. They have been not their voice has been very not valid for the longest time. So I think giving them the chance and letting them know that now your voice matters, your voice counts, and address those healthcare and educational issues, which I think it's priority.
Mhm. I'm so glad that you mentioned the word listen. I would listen to the Cuban people because as a lot of people know, Cuba is governed by a dictatorship, and which limits the freedom of expression of Cuban people. Um, Besides the fact that Cuban culture is so rich, especially in music,
Yeah.
in arts. I mean, some of the best Cuban artists are
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, of course, Celia Cruz. Everybody loves Celia Cruz. The Miami Sound Machine, Gloria Estefan. I mean, those are amazing Cuban performers. And had they stayed in Cuba, they probably would not have had that chance to become popular or to reach the fame that they were able to attain. So in a way, listening to people to me is probably the most important aspect that every leader, president, prime minister, whatever, should be able to do. Because if you don't listen to your people's needs, then you wouldn't know what's
What they need.
the problem, what they need, or what the problem is. So that's good.
Yeah.
Uh, Comment from Runaway Poppy. Don't worry about uh, Q&A classes. We practice those just in case. Good. That's good to know because you never know what kind of question is going to be asked, in any pageant competition.
Yes.
Um, what is your opinion on cosmetic surgery?
Well, I myself, I think this is a very personal choice. I think that, people say that going through cosmetic surgery might or may help you improve your self esteem and confidence. But I just want to put out there that even though it is a very private and personal choice, you need to be aware of the risks that comes with this. Um, but other than that, I think that no one other than yourselves should judge or tell you what to do with your body. So that's my stand on that.
So would you consider cosmetic surgery in the future?
Yeah, so I in the past I did a breast augmentation. So that's something that I did a few years ago, and I don't regret it. But I did my homework and I made sure that the doctor that I used and the clinic that I went to um, were were perfectly
A good
okay and
reputation.
within the, yeah, exactly, the standards and the things that I was looking for. So that's why, sometimes here in this pageant environment that we're in, people judge the girls so much for their physical appearances, and they're, oh, because she had so much surgery or this or that. I mean, let's just remember that we're all human, and that at the end of the day, we're doing this, yes, by choice, becoming a public figure by choice. I understand that. But we're just here to make a positive impact, to raise our voices and the voices of those that, don't have. So instead of providing negative feedback, come back to us with something positive. So that way, together, we can work together and create something amazing.
Yeah, again,
That is something.
yeah, I agree because again, it boils down to your body, your choice. You're a thinking individual. You can do whatever you want. If you feel like enhancing your looks with a simple cosmetic surgery, then go for it. If it boosts your self-esteem and your self-confidence. And I don't know of any pageant girl who hasn't had some type of enhancement or cosmetic surgery enhancement. I mean, it's very common these days. So people
Yeah.
shouldn't be even surprised anymore because everybody's it's a normal thing now, like a Botox, breast implants, hair extensions. Everything is normal now in the
Yeah.
pageant world about these things. um Let me see. Going back to the notion of physical beauty, what part of your body did you favor the least, that you don't like the least? Is it too
Oh my
personal or
God. This is a very funny answer that I have for you, but I'm going to share it. And it's funny because a few days ago I was on my training classes, and I was sharing with Louis, okay, this is like the part of my body that I like the least, but should I say this? Okay, here I go. So I can't show you right now, but I have like little elf ears. It's like
Elf
the
ears? Oh,
shape.
show it. Pull up your hair.
No,
Be
I don't think you
real.
can.
Oh,
I
I
don't
love
think you
it.
can see it, but it's like really funny because it's like the top area right here.
It's like you're a
um,
Vulcan from Star
and
Trek.
it's Yeah, and it's only one. So I mean, it is a part of my body that I think not that I at this point I love it. It's part of me. There's
Right.
no. But at the beginning, if you ask me, that was something that I would always go like to school with my hair down. You would never see me with a ponytail because I didn't like it. I mean, I learned to embrace it in the journey of life, but that is one thing that I don't.
But you know what? That again, that specific trait is what makes you unique. So never change it.
Yeah, of
Just keep
course
it,
not.
keep it because it's part of who you are. It's part of who you are, and it also makes a wonderful topic for conversation. you know, at least with the judges, will ask you
Hmm, hmm.
stuff. So that's good. Um, Here's a question: why do you think you are the best candidate for Miss Grand Cuba?
Well, I mean, I've said this before, and I am the representation. I represent the Cuba of now. I represent the immigrants that leave Cuba and their family for a better future, for better opportunities. Cuba is more than beautiful beaches, tasty food, amazing music. We're resilient people, compassionate, driven, and that is everything I want to show the world. I want them to see the real essence, the true essence of the Cuban people. And I believe that I can do a really good job representing the island and every single you know, quality that the Cuban people have.
When was the last time you visited or you went to Cuba?
Wow, question. It's been it's been a few years. It's been more than 15 years.
Wow. Wow.
Hmm. Yes, I do plan to go back, actually. Um, but I was planning on going back this year, but now I have my competition and I have, you know, other commitments. But the reason being also my family is no longer there. I have my family with me either in Spain or the United States.
Okay.
Um, and in Cuba, it's tough. It's tough and sad. So, but I definitely want to go back there, see the, you know, my
The
street where I
beaches.
grew
Yeah.
up, and the school that I went to when I was little, and you know, revisit those memories. So
Mhm.
it is on my bucket list.
That's wonderful. Well, I forgot to mention that Cuba is also famous for cigars. Cuban cigars are some of the best, you know, in the world.
Yes.
Do you smoke Cuban cigars?
No, no, I
No.
don't.
Okay.
That's too strong for me.
Anybody you know who
I
smokes a
don't
Cuban cigar?
smoke. I don't. No, I'm not. I don't smoke at all. Nothing. But my dad likes it. My dad enjoys that.
Okay,
So he has his little box with this different type of cigars. He does enjoy that.
right. Well, you know, Miami is pretty much little Havana. You know, I'm sure because
Mm-hmm.
there's so many Cubans out there, and sometimes I mean, I've been to Miami a few times, and there's this every time I go there, I feel like I'm in Havana because everything's like Cuban music, Cuban foods, you know, Cuban people everywhere. So that's good, you know. So
It's
you don't have to go to
actually
Cuba because you can always go to Miami, right?
you have everything exactly. It's actually called Little Havana. So Calle Ocho, you have
Gotcha. Yeah.
every single, yeah, every single corner is like a reminder of the Cuba, the Cuban essence. So you don't really have to go to Cuba if you have it here, like you
That's
said.
right. That's right. All right, Sophia, enough of these stupid, dumb questions. Let's play some games. Let's have some fun, okay?
Okay.
Let's play a game that's called Mr. That. I'm going to mention two things and you tell me what you prefer. I think for this first one, I know exactly what you're going to say. Spaghetti or pizza?
Let's forget.
Spaghetti. I'm sure you like Italian food. Both are Italian, but in this case, spaghetti beats pizza. What
Pizza,
what
yeah.
sauce? What sauce do you put in your spaghetti?
I like white sauce. So like carbonara or like I would have red sauce, but it's not my first option, you know?
Mhm.
But white sauce, yeah, it's my go. Alfredo, carbonara. That's my go-to with pasta.
Good, 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 good. Mercedes Benz or Porsche?
A Mercedes Benz, I guess.
Woo-hoo. I drive a Mercedes, baby. I love Mercedes. Porsche is so overrated anyway. You know, they're very expensive and they're overrated. They're not that
Yeah,
good.
they're very simple.
Who cares? Bikini or one piece, baby?
I'm a one piece person.
You're a one piece person?
Mm-hmm.
What are you
Definitely 100%.
what are you trying to hide?
No, actually, I feel like this really, because maybe it's just me, but I like the high waisted. So
Yeah.
I feel like when it's the two piece and you do a high waisted, it might,
Mhm.
you know, sometimes it does not look as good. Otherwise, when you have a one piece, you can still make it classy because it's a one piece, and then have a high waisted um bikini. So
Or you
that's
can wear,
why.
yeah, and also there are several styles of one piece, actually with cutouts.
Hmm.
I
Oh
love the
yes.
with cutouts because they actually enhance, you know, the shape of your body. And you're very
Hmm.
curvy. You're very, by the way, do you like the banner that I made for you?
I love it. I
You
was
like
gonna
it?
say, absolutely love it. I saw it on Instagram. I was like, wow, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
the Cuban colors, red, white, and blue there. And by the way,
I
I
see
love
it. And
I actually like you with long straight hair. I really do.
yes,
Yes. You look
that
very,
was my hair for when I competed 2 years ago.
oh
So
really? Well, bring it
yeah, I
back.
decided to. I will.
That's gorgeous. Now,
Mm.
orange juice or pineapple juice?
Orange juice, definitely.
Do you drink
I don't
orange
like
juice
pineapple.
for breakfast every day, like in the morning?
No, no, no. But if I'm not a, neither or are my faves. So, but if you ask me, pineapple is really definitely not my option. It's not an option for
Maybe
me.
because it's too
So
sweet.
orange
Yeah,
is,
orange juice.
yeah, it's too sweet and it just doesn't sit well with me. So orange.
So you're not a real Cuban. You don't drink pineapple juice. Just kidding. Treadmill or free weights?
Well, lately I've been on a treadmill kind of journey. So, and free weights, sometimes you don't really know what you're doing. You could hurt yourself. And I'm not a big fan of that. So, I would go with treadmill.
Treadmill. Here's a good one. A dog's kiss or French kiss?
A dog kiss. She's sitting here next to me looking at me now.
Oh,
So
you
I'm
have
like,
a dog? What kind
go.
of dog do you have?
She's like a little a bull, it's a mix of a pit bull with a bull American bulldog.
Oh,
So she's like tiny little buddy.
dogs are cute because they give you. I have a cute little dog too. Her name is Swallow, and we adopted her, and she's like the joy of my life. I mean,
Yeah,
they're so give you a lot of unconditional love, and they never
no matter
judge
what.
you. They accept you 100% for who you are. So good with dogs. Sophia, money or love?
I would love to have a little bit of both, but if I can't, then I would go with love. That's for sure.
Do you have a significant other?
Yes,
You
yes.
do.
I have a boyfriend. We've been together for 5 years now.
Wow. So what
So
is he, what is he, what does he think of you competing in pageants?
he is very, 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 very supportive. He's my number one fan. So now he's like he needed to leave, and I'm here standing in the middle of the living room, and he was sending me text messages. Hey, do you think it's okay if I leave now? So he's very, very, very supportive of me and everything and anything I do.
That's wonderful. That's great.
Yeah.
Second game. Give me your favorites. What is your favorite non-alcoholic drink, Sophia?
Oh, matcha.
Matcha.
Really, I don't drink coffee, so it would have to be matcha.
That's interesting. Again, Cuba is also famous for its coffee. So you're not a real Cuban girl.
I do. I mean, I would drink a coffee and it's like maybe like a café con leche. Um, but the coffee like cortaditos and the strong things, I don't enjoy them. So
Okay. Well, matcha tea is much healthier anyway. So it's also good for your skin. So
yeah.
Sophia, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue, actually.
Ooh, blue is the
Hmm.
color of blue is the color of peace and tranquility, just like
Yes.
the ocean, the sea. So that's good. What is your favorite flower?
Gardenias. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but
Yeah,
that's my
gardenias.
favorite. Gardenias,
Oh,
yes.
they're beautiful. And they're also like very big and like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I love them. I love
yeah,
them.
wonderful. What is your favorite holiday?
Well, it would have to be Christmas. But
Okay.
just because it's that time of the year where the family, I'm a very family oriented person, so we all get together, and sometimes I have family, if from Spain or Cuba flying in. So I enjoy that.
That's wonderful. Yeah, me too. I love Christmas. Nothing beats Christmas. Nothing beats
Hmm.
Christmas. Actually, I started doing my Christmas shopping early September. I do them online.
Really,
Yes. Yes.
that's
Amazon,
smart.
baby. Amazon. I don't have time to go to the mall, okay, to the store. Just Amazon. Click, 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 Amazon. 2 days later, bam, they all the orders, all the stuff that you ordered are sitting on your porch. So it's so
That's
convenient.
very smart.
It's
I'm
so
gonna
convenient.
have to start doing that.
Thank God for Amazon and online shopping. Now, what is your favorite music?
Well, sorry, I listen to everything, honestly. Well, not rock and roll, but I listen to most of. So I love Cuban music. I love pop music. country music. So it really depends on the
Wow.
mood that I'm in.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's great.
but those are my three.
So when was the last time you went to a nightclub to dance?
Ooh, I don't. It's funny. I don't. Instead of going to a nightclub, I'd rather do like dinner or like a movie.
Okay.
I don't do nightclubs that much. But dancing, like with my family, we had not long ago. Um, my little brother's birthday, and that was a family party gathering, and we were all dancing and having a great time. So
That's great. Who is your favorite actor or actress?
mm. um I love Morgan Freeman.
Wow.
He
Really? Hmm.
Yeah, it's like I love his movies because I love all these action thriller movies kind of thing.
Mhm.
And every time that I see him, I'm like, okay, I have to watch this movie. So he would be my favorite actor and actress. I think Penelope, maybe I don't know. But actors, I'm not like it's not like I have one that if I see her in the cover, I'll go watch the movie. But Morgan Freeman for sure.
Morgan Freeman. One of my favorite movies of him is Driving Miss Daisy. Have you seen that movie?
No, I
Driving Miss
haven't.
Daisy. Okay, it's an old movie. I think it was 1988, 89. He plays a chauffeur, a driver for a white lady, an older white lady. The story takes place in the South. Go check it out on Netflix. Driving Miss Daisy. He was I think
I'm gonna look it up.
yeah, he won some awards for that one as well. That one and the Shawshank Redemption. There's also a movie where he plays the president of the United States. It's one of those disaster movies. But check out his filmography because
Okay.
his body of work is just amazing. One of the best actors, by the way, in America. Sophia, tell me, what is your favorite fashion accessory?
Well, I have to say shoes and jewelry, even though I am not a jewelry girl, because I'm not like a jewelry girl, but I love to always have nice earrings, and I feel like the shoes make all the difference in your outfit.
Mhm.
So those will be my favorites.
What was the highest like heels that you've worn for shoes? Like 8 inches,
Six six
six
point
inches,
five.
6.5 inches? Okay. Do you like
Yeah.
Chinese laundry? I hate Chinese laundry.
I'm not I'm not a fan. I've tried other more comfortable shoes because the problem with those in my case, they're comfortable to walk, but once
Mhm.
you're standing for a little bit, it starts to hurt like really really bad.
Right.
So for standing and then pageantry takes a lot of not just walk, but you have to stand and to just be there on stage when we have the little short intro or let's take a break and we're standing on our heels. So Chinese laundry is not an option for me,
Yeah.
really.
Well, not I've seen a couple of girls actually have little accidents, like either the straps would break when they were walking on the stage.
Yeah.
And I think that happened to Miss Grand Armenia 2021. She was
Wow.
she was wearing, I believe, she was wearing a strap heels, and then during the swimsuit competition, her strap broke, and she ended up taking off her shoes, and she did this dramatic thing, bare feet and whatnot, and everybody applauded her. So just in case, so we don't want that to happen to you, okay? But just in
Yeah.
case, you have to be prepared how to recover yourself from that little mishap, okay? So
Yes, definitely.
different ways. What is your favorite word?
My favorite word is, well, that I use often, but I don't know. But my favorite word, I would say, is love or passion. But I use love a lot. I use my love, hey love. So it's part of my vocabulary. I feel like that would have to be my favorite because I use it the most.
Well, love is a powerful word. Just say it, even to your haters. Hi, hater, I love you. Hi, haters. Hi, bitches, I love you. It's just like Love
Definitely.
encompasses everything. Love conquers everything. So yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. I love that love is your favorite word. Reading some of the comments. Somebody's saying, "Oh, greetings from New York. Hi, person from New York. Ashley Sanchez, my beautiful friend Sofia Bea." And Ashley also says about you that you're very real. You're a real person. Lourdes Felu says you're gorgeous. Nuestra Reina says Oscar. Congratulations, you're beautiful, beautiful queen, Cuba all the way. So yeah, people are loving you from all over the world. So thank you guys for your
Thank you.
wonderful comments. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
end up this interview because I know we all have to eat. It's almost lunchtime. It's almost noon. I think we share the same time zone. I'm in Boston and you're in Miami. So yeah, it's almost lunchtime. Before I let you go, is there like a message that you would like to convey to your lovely fans and friends, followers from all over the world?
Yes, of course. I said this before. I feel so blessed and thankful for the amount of messages and the love that I received this past few days, ever since they announced that I would be competing for Miss Grand Cuba. The messages it's just like I felt overwhelmed, but in a good way. So I want to say thank you for my village, for everyone that has been there supporting me since day one. It means a lot. We need that support because not every day is a good day for us. So I'm very grateful and very happy to have you in my life. Thank you for the new people, the new fans that are joining me in this journey. I appreciate you and I hope that you enjoyed this ride with me. Thank you so much, Rafael, for the opportunity to be here with you and share my story in your platform. It was so much fun, and I hope we can get to do this again in the future.
We will definitely do it again. That's for sure. Hopefully, I get to see you in Tampa for the Miss Grand Cuba competition, which will take
Ooh,
place, I believe, August 20th, August 18th to the 20th. So the 20th is the finals. And if you just tune in, I was telling everybody earlier that this is the first time that this Cuba organization is organizing a national competition to find two Cuban delegates, one for Grand International and one for Miss International. So listen, once this video has been uploaded to my YouTube channel, I will tag you so you can share with everybody. And
awesome.
and also I will put your Instagram account in the description box below so people can start following you and support you in your journey to Miss Grand Cuba contest. So listen, have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend. And we will be in contact, that's for sure. And I wish you the best of luck. Okay. And we will be in contact with each other. So everyone who's watching, thank you for supporting this channel. And please support Sofia Acosta, Miss Grand Cuba contestant for 2023. Have a wonderful weekend, guys.
Thank you.
I'm sending you all the virtual hugs and kisses.
Love it.
Love
Bye.
everybody. Love conquers all. So thank you.